Yes, Dr. Chandra. I will introduce the speaker today. You can do the welcome.
Recording on, sir.
Yes, done.
Thank you, sir.
Yes.
So good evening, everyone present here today. On behalf of the core team mental health webinar series, the organizer, Department of Psychology, the American College Madurai, and the associating partners, Madras School of Social Work, Chennai, MS Chelamuthu Institute of Rehabilitation and Mental Health, Madurai, Red Pond Educational and Psychological Research Center, Madurai, and Psycho-Oncological Association, Turkey, warmly welcome you all to today's session 341 of the mental health webinar series. And we are proud to have you all here until now. Thank you for your support. And now it's time to introduce our speaker. This topic has been much awaited for all of us. So let's listen to Suresh sir about our speaker today. So over to you.
Thank you, Dr. Chandra. Dear friends, very good evening to one and all, and I'm really happy to introduce today's speaker, Dr. Subhasri Vanamali. She's a renowned trainer, and I was witnessed her training in most of the training program which was held at RGNA. And I told her, like there is a word, Anjaneya is a person, Hindu religion. He may not aware about his full potential. Someone inform him what is his potential, then only he will realize it. Likewise, I told to Dr. Subhasri ma'am that you are having more potential, and I can say that more than that. You can start your own training company, but still they are having the hesitation. After PhD, they don't want to take up it and they are doing academic components. So that's the one area. Second, another thing what I found that when we are close to Dr. Subhasri ma'am, she makes us a family member. And for all the occasion, it is very rare quality we can find in a person as a very close to her. That's why I know her, and she's a very caring and well-wisher for the person who are known to her. So there is a personal quality. And third, when it comes to that academic, and wherever there is a conference and seminars are going on, if I say that I was attended, and immediately you will find out, okay, I'm also going to participate. So that is a competition will be there for participating in academic components. As per my knowledge as a speaker, she has done more than 100 seminar and conferences, and she has more credit on the paper publication in journals. When you look at her profile, and then there is a competition between us, Dr. Kalyani Kenneth, myself, and Dr. Subhasri, and where if I say that one publication, and she will come up with 2 and 3 publications. So that is a figure we can see. That way she has published more articles. And in our webinar series, and she's the one person, the person who given that player Suli. The first webinar session was taken by Dr. Subhasri. That is why we are here in 341 session. It is not easy talk. It's not possible when we are not having that very good start. And she made it, and we are happy to introduce him to the audience over here. And many of them they are aware about it. And we will talk more about in the coming days also. We are going to present. I will add some personal qualities also to that. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Suresh, for the wonderful words of, introduction. I'm really blessed to have such a kind of friends around me. And Suresh is a very magnanimous person. That's why he was talking like that. So, having said that, the day begins with a lot of expectations for all of us. So for webinar series, it is all about the surprises and what is next for us. This day, who is going to present? What is the plan? What is the agenda? So today, that agenda was mine. I'm really happy to be in this 341st session along with you. And this is very important topic, which I have been actually looking for an opportunity to talk, and as well as some of my friends were also willing to know about this. Especially Dr. Chandra was asking about that. It's very essential topic for all of us, especially women at home, and as well as parents who are handling children at home. Setting boundaries are very essential in all walks of life. It is not about it is only for required for parents. It is also about If you are in a college, and if you are going to manage your friendship, you are going to manage your professional relationship, if you are going to manage especially therapeutic relationship. I'm not going deep into the therapeutic relationship today because it is another full session on that. Okay, so I'm not going to deal about that. I'm going to talk in general how no, I'm going to give you what is the importance of setting boundaries, how healthy relationship could be actually be evolved with the setting up boundaries, and as well as what, how, and why. And then the how matter, I'm going to talk about how we can set boundaries, what are the tips for us, and what is the benefits. This is what I'm going to give you in this. And if in case of any technical problems, and I may have to should switch over by the mobile, in that case my team will present the PPT for all of you. So with this small note of an introduction, I would like to know that how many of you have really found, I would like to ask you a question. Could you please write in the chat box that how many of you really found it difficult to say no to your friends, and you don't want it to go when there is a problem, and already rendu kai neetittaru Suresh, and you find it very difficult to manage your time because of somebody else is consuming your time. And also you find it very difficult to have an kind of an boundaries when it comes to relationship at home, that you have to do so many things at home. You couldn't say that this is not my job and this is my job, and I cannot do that kind of. And also, how many of you really felt that your personal time has been consumed by somebody else, that you don't have a me time at all? And moreover, there are a lot of things I can say about the boundaries. This requires a lot of insights about ourselves. So for this, especially this dedicated for all the professionals who are working in any kind of in profession, or working and balancing both life and both personal life and work life, please kindly make a note that this is very important session for you. So this is dedicated for all of you. So healthy relationship is one thing which we all are looking for, isn't it? Am I audible, Suresh?
Maximize the screen, ma'am.
Yeah, fine. See, we all are looking for a healthy relationship. We really wanted to have a relationship where we can cherish, and these are the important important intricacies inside the healthy relationship we all hold. If it is a healthy relationship, we would definitely have a very good trustworthiness between us, and cooperation and support, honesty, safety, accountability. All these are inside. If you see that most of your healthy relationship will have a mutual respect to each other, whatever may be their position, whatever may be the education level, whatever may be their class, anything, if you have and hold a relationship with them in a very healthy way, there is a mutual respect for both of them. So this is something which we all need, we are longing for, which all of us are really cherishing in relationship, isn't it? For that, you required and set boundaries for yourself, for others also. So, having said that note, why we require an important aspect to have an healthy relationship. So, boundaries are defined as a firm lines, which is very, very important. I think you all must know that what is boundaries first. It is setting limit, a space between you and the other person, a clear place where it begins. One of the movie, I think Ajit says that my boundary is the nose end, the tip of the nose end where it ends, and the tip of the other person's nose where it begins. So something very important to know, all of us, where my boundary ends and the other person boundary is existing. That is very important. The purpose of setting this is in healthy boundary is to protect a good care about yourself. So it is most of the time we neglect, we are very negligent about ourselves. We tend to push ourselves into various other factors, unwanted, unresolved issues because of these boundaries. So healthy personal boundaries help us to protect from physical and emotional pain, because we all know that the most of the mental health problems arise because of emotional pain, which has been prolonged over the time. So we know what is boundaries right now. and how it is important, the advantages of having a healthy boundaries. It is about a good mental health, number one, good emotional health, and then you feel that in your autonomy, independent and confidence about yourself, and you feel that you are fully developed identity for yourself, and also avoidance of burnout. You don't actually shoot yourself, you don't burn your nail, or you burn your finger because of something else which is unwanted for you. And the influence of others behavior, you know how to take care of yourself even in the riskiest conditions, and you know that I'm not indulgent into all such a kind of a risky behavior because of somebody is influencing me, you know that. So this is a very essential aspect we must know. So the clear boundaries really communicate to us what is the demand and respect we are considering about. So it's not about that I require to be considered, or you're not something which you're looking for an obligation. It is more within confidence and upright you are able to stand for your right. That's a very important aspect. And then boundaries are not set with the intention of changing other people. It is to make other people know that this is what is me. It is not about your expectation also. This is what is me, this is what is describing of me. I require a clear boundary in all these aspects. Let's have a mutual respect on this, and also in the due course I don't want it to change you at any cost, because it is not your business. My business is to take care of my business and my boundary. So this is a very important aspect we must know while we're setting up the boundaries. The precursor would be the personal boundaries or the rules and guidelines we set, which determine how we are treated in the relationship, especially in any kind of relationship, at home, intimate relationship with your spouse, or at our workplace, a professional relationship with your colleagues and boss, and also some relationship you carry in and outside the social world, and the relationship you carry with your own kith and kin at home, and the other aspects. Even now we can call it social media also one of the aspect to say what is setting boundaries. In that, boundaries are clearly defined what I really want to put up from others. I don't want that from others. That is what you need to be very clear of. So may not be an modeled of you can, and is it's in, if you're having an younger child, you must as a parent, if you are having a clear boundaries which has been spelled out, which has been even in your act, deed, and also thoughts, and your advice is all everywhere it is practiced, then probably the clear definition of boundaries have been set for the children right from the childhood. They are very able. This is something a very important self-regulatory mechanism. And self-regulation, not only for behavior, for emotions also we do. Psychologists insist on self-control and regulation. In that regulation, one of the very important aspect is boundaries. Monitoring your boundary, valuing your boundary, validating others' boundary, all these are very important. So in that, the first and foremost step is about the self-awareness. It takes a lot of time for all of us to say, and it's a very big word, self-awareness. It's a journey. It is a continuous journey. You tend to explore yourself every now and then in your self journey, but sometimes you are saying that I am aware of myself. It is not about and kind of, and you must also know what is my healthy boundaries with people. That is a very important self-awareness tool. You need to be aware of your feelings. Notice what makes you to feel uncomfortable, what kind of a behavior or what kind of a deed is really creating an unpleasant feelings in you, which you feel it is damaging you. And also, when you are aware of what makes you upset and stressed, it helps you to identify your limits also. That means your limitations should be aware of, isn't it? I cannot bear it, I cannot handle it anymore, so let me say no to that. That is in self-awareness, isn't it? Enjoying a healthy relationship with our family, friends, and significant others comes from your self-awareness. So this is something we call in life skills. Yesterday, Suresh was talking about self-confidence. It is actually rooted one from the self-awareness, and the self-awareness is something gives you an kind of an important life skill, which is a mother skill, we call it. Empathy and self-awareness are mother skills which which actually help you to relate with you and others. So a clear understanding of who you are separate from others in the foundation of building and healthy boundaries. What is this blocks into fulfillment? So that is very important in your fulfilling relationship, because if you are not relating to yourself as a nice person, you may not be a nice person to others at all. So you have to be related to yourself without harming yourself, without indulging into any kind of an unpleasant things with yourself, so that you are able to relate with the other person with a kind of same kind of a nature and character. That is a very important aspect we need to really build on. So let me do this small exercise. I would like to ask someone to actually, respond upon this. Where do you need to establish your better boundaries? You have any answer for this? You find it very difficult in this place or that place or this setting? Anyone can answer, unmute and answer. So I feel that I have been most exploited in this area. Anyone would like to talk about that? Family. Yes. Okay. Vanipriya said one. Family. Okay. Where do you feel disrespected? Anyone has an answer for this? Or when do you feel? When do you feel disrespected if your opinion has not been considered, or your point of view has been criticized rather than considering, or none of your points have been valued, and there is in peer groups or relationship. Very good. So where do you feel violated, frustrated, or angered by the behavior of others? It's a very important aspect. Government office and usually non cooperative aspects, okay, where you go and feel you stand in a queue but things are not moving at all, you feel disrespected. Yes. When do you feel violated or frustrated or angered because of others behavior? Most of the professional settings, most of the places where you feel that your rights have been violated and you are not being valued for your the kind of when mistakes are being repeated. Fantastic, Chandra. With siblings, Madhu. Yes, super. So when friends take us for granted. eh, Fantastic. So in what situations do you feel you are being mistreated or taken advantage of? You feel that mistreated or advantage, somebody has been exploiting me kind of, or advantage of, taken me granted kind of. It's a very important aspect, so we can move on fast. Anybody else? Yes. When they demand in family, fantastic. Okay, take you granted. Yes. Kids, especially son. Okay, daughter-in-laws, fantastic. Okay, and mother side. I know there are some mother-in-laws are also there. And then, okay, when do you want to be alone? Sometimes you feel that I really wanted to be alone, no? When do you wanted to be alone? If you ask all the time, you will say, let's not be, let's be very responsible also. Most of the time, Anita, okay. So it depends upon the nature and the characteristics, and as well as at least once a week. Fantastic. And thought provoking question map. Okay, that means you have never thought about that. Okay, morning hours. Oh, fantastic. Okay, how much space do you need it? If somebody is talking to you, there is a lot of things are there in spacing. When you are working within a professional setup, the space is different, and when you are at home also, the space is different. You require some kind of a space, isn't it? Personal space. So how much do you been aware of it? And yes, you feel your time is not under your control. Somebody said 2 times, actually. Yeah, not really aware. Fantastic. Though quantify, tough to quantify. Fantastic. Do you feel someone crack unpleasant jokes in front of you? Is that somebody? Unpleasant, unwarranted, using unparliamentary words which you don't actually cherish. Yes. Okay. And sometimes, very good. Okay. Validating rules when you are really upset about it. That means you value something. For example, you and your friend is traveling in a bike and you really value traffic rules, but the friend is validating, is not actually, obeying the rules. He is actually trespassing the rules. And sometimes you are really upset you couldn't do anything about that, isn't it? You value it, but the other person doesn't value. And your money is spent unnecessarily. Somebody is using your money. So many people say yes, I know. So if you say that more than 5 answers yes and you agree with this point, I'm sorry, you have to really set your boundaries, please. It is right time. It is an alarm for all of you to take care of your, boundaries. Gymming, okay. Unnecessarily, your money has been spent, okay. Okay, in that case, the self-awareness, you have been aware right now that you require a kind of a repair in your mechanism to be resetting your boundaries. It's very essential. The other aspect in the boundaries are the permission. You give yourself permission to set boundaries and understand they are sign of your self-respect. You never go down by setting your boundaries. I'll tell you, most of the time in Indian scenario, culturally, we think that if you say like this, if I retaliate to my person, if I say no, if I say this, is that the people will think bad about me? Is that they think that I am not, a very cordial person? Is that they will assume that I am this kind of a person? Most of the time we think in that case, and we don't respect our feelings. Most of the times we keep our feelings underplayed because of somebody's cause. So we have to really respect ourselves. You will have to, you shouldn't be feeling guilty at all, because you don't actually hurt anyone because saying no. If you do it without your consent, may not be fully concentrating, doing it 100%, which will also damage, isn't it? So enforcing certain boundaries are very good for yourself. Remind yourself very healthy and good for everyone also at home. This is my boundary, this is yours. So let's keep up that boundaries and also cherish it. Okay, in how many of you have seen the movie called Samsaram Adi Minsaram? The last dialogue, famous dialogue by Lakshmi, everybody should watch again. Nee saukyama na saukyam, she used to say. When there is a break, then only you will realize the importance of people around. Instead of pushing it till the break, let us understand it before and set the boundaries prior. That is very important. So when you are having a good boundaries, you will not be able to build up a resentment against anyone around. You will never have an hatred at all if you set boundaries. That's a very important quality, isn't it? So permit yourself plus first set your boundaries. That's a very important aspect. The third aspect is about self-care. We had a detailed self-care session by Dr. Subhashini, and it is a fantastic session. She has covered in all the, Dean of MSSW, she has covered all the respect to the, self-care. But especially with this boundaries, I would like to say self-care. Putting yourself first is very important, because most of the time we damage ourselves and we don't actually consider, we treat other person as an important, a person in our life. Yes, somebody would like to talk something? Somebody's mic is on? It's fine. Okay, so we'll keep the question answer in the last. So in that, very importantly, putting yourself first is very important. Recognize your feelings, honor them, because if you don't validate your feelings, how are you going, the other person is going to validate? And most very important, if you don't recognize your feelings, it is very tough to recognize others' feelings. So self-care gives you a time to recharge yourself, and also bring you peace and joy. Because if you have an inner peace and joy only, you will be able to enjoy, learn, and do a lot of service to others also. So self-care is a very important aspect you need to really look into as a positive thing. This is very important for self, setting boundaries. And then the very important direct communication. Please do communicate about what you are feeling inside, because I'm not a fortune teller. I cannot read your mind. I need to really understand by what you say, isn't it? You have to really communicate directly. Learn to communicate effectively, being very direct and either your physical, emotional, mental, and spiritual limits. You have to set it, isn't it? How can I know that if you don't state it to me? You need to really connect with people in that way, that you communicate effectively what is you needed, what you don't needed, what is your limitation, what you really regard, what you really value. All that need to be communicated. One is very important thing is the assertive communication, where you really have to communicate what you need in this relationship, what is that, not an aggressive way or in a passive way. It has to be very straight and communicate the message rather than hurting the other person. So no, very important few tips for all of you is how will you directly communicate without even giving lot of jargon. Say them very simply. Okay, say them simply that I'm sorry, I don't actually appreciate this, or what is their expectation out of that, the consequences out of that. We can directly communicate. I feel this will lead to this, so I don't want it I don't prefer to do that. I don't prefer to do that is better. I don't prefer to join with you in this case is better than you don't do this is not, is none of your business, isn't it? Most of the time we say that in our communication, that I don't like you doing this. That is very bad. You are set, you are intruding into others, invading into others boundaries. Rather, you have a limitation, isn't it? You can talk directly saying that I don't actually enjoy that, I'm sorry, I don't prefer to do that. It is better to communicate in that way, that is more assertive in nature. So you can see that healthy boundaries can keep your very deep self knowledge about you, your rights, your values, your satisfaction about something which you feel, about the relationship you carry. And also the very important aspect is acceptance of things in your own way. Don't do things which you don't accept. Most of the time we end up in doing certain things which we don't accept our values, which we don't accept in our philosophy, which you need not to. Ensure that your thoughts and feelings with a confidence say that I have certain things to accept, I don't want it to accept this, let me adjust only for this sake. I'm flexible. It doesn't mean that I'm actually exploited for that. You need to be very careful on that. So in unhealthy boundaries, you can point out these two important aspects, that is over engagement or disengagement. We tend to unhealthily we go and overdo things. We actually go with an emotional experience of what the child will think, what that will happen. You feel that it is overindulging into, and sometimes your experience or your expectations are too high about other cells, and you do overprotective parenting style or over engaged in your relationships. That is going to be an harmful aspect. When you are sitting back and relaxing, you cannot sit back and relax because most of the time you are for others. Okay, so you feel guilty because you are not able to. You feel that I couldn't compensate. You need not. You have your time. You have your set pattern, your own life also. So that need to be taken care also. Another example, unhealthy boundaries is disengagement, in which someone relationship are idealistic, very rigid, inflexible. They don't want it to take a, most of the time they spend their time for themselves. They don't actually consider the interpersonal values. So this is also something very wrong. This is two extremes, isn't it? So you need to set a boundary where an average, where you have a time for bouncing from here and there. That means for an adolescent kid, the boundaries are little longer. That means you give them a freedom, enjoy the freedom, but there is also a definite boundary for them to bounce back. So that is a very essential aspect we need to set as a family rule. It is also for you, isn't it? So we cannot escape from that rules what we are actually formulating for others. So let's also follow that. If you have unhealthy boundaries, that is a sign of maturation, growth. As you become an independent individual, you can think, act, you make decision, and bring out your uniqueness and abilities, and you are able to be flexible in all other aspects. You can see that you are not at all rigid, but you have a very definite say about your values, definite say about I cannot do this. You can have a definite say that I don't have time for this. That means you are aware of your limitations, you are aware of yourself. Doesn't mean that you are inflexible. Okay, healthy boundaries allow you to be full self, and in relationship, when you are with an individual, closeness and identify, you maintain a distance also, because certain aspects, even within spouse, I have seen that not everything need to be shared, isn't it? You require some kind of an, a small sweet nothings not to be shared with anyone. It is your personal things which you really wanted to cherish for yourself. That's fine. That need to be actually really been maintained in your, even with the spouse. That is a very important aspect. Something you can call it, if the spouse is nagging to know about what is that, it is something very personal. You can say, set the boundaries, that's fine. You and your son may have a very private talk. It is a very important talk between both of you, because he really have a trust, because of that he's sharing some secret to you. You don't share with your spouse. He's thinking that you are a trustworthy person and sharing some very important intimate matter to you. So keep that. Even your spouse need not know about that, isn't it? So such a kind of an boundaries you need to fix up. It's very important. Healthy boundaries require a self-awareness, strong sense of self, allow the healthy intimate relationship to grow and flourish. It will never stop. I'll tell you, if you're aware of yourself, you know what they don't like also. Very importantly, you don't do that, because they also have their limitation, they also have their boundaries. You ultimately regard that and respect that. I like this, you like this, both of us come to an agreement on this. That is a beautiful relationship you can actually cherish. So healthy boundaries are about respecting yourself and others equally. That is what we require in most of the relationship, isn't it? And most of the time, these personal boundaries, if it has not been regarded, and what is having, what has been seen in this, you can see that the burnout is very high, stress is very high, the perceived stress is very high. A lot of research says that people get into an kind of an inward anger that is prolonged for a quite long time. Unpleasant pressure which has been which has been suppressed for over the period of time, is causes depression. That has been researched very well. So if you set the boundaries and say, the right front, that this I can do, this I cannot do, this I want my family, this I want my professional, this I want. So all the time, 24/7, you are not available for someone, isn't it? You have not put a board here, I'm for sale. My timing and my life and all my decisions are for sale, isn't it? You have certain things you have to really take care of yourself. So this is a very important things. What finding acceptable and unacceptable someone's behavior, particularly which is bothering you, very close ones such as family, friends, and partner especially, you can tell them this is not acceptable within our relationship. It is fine if you keep up with others. I don't actually cherish it, I don't value it, because this is something which is contradictory to my value, which you can talk it to them. Is it very important? And why it is important? Because what is you are yours, isn't it? You cannot be changed. You are a unique and just like an other human in the earth. You have all the features of the other person, was born with all the intelligence of the other person who was born with all the kind of an, just because of a position or a job or deed, the person is not getting into an to combo. You have to really understand that you have everything, you are comfortable with, things make you really uncomfortable. So you have to really regard yourself. You have preferences, you have hangs up, that is you don't actually cherish certain things, and you have challenges. You are unique to yourself, isn't it? Therefore you need to deal, and you need to really have a regarding of personal boundaries, which is very essential. So I have been telling about the what and other things, why you require personal boundaries, also how it can damage yourself and self-worth. Now moving on, how said that, how can I do that? So the first and foremost is identifying your boundaries. For that you require self-awareness, which you need to really understand first, and determine your values. What I really value, what other person value, what is my value and other person's value meeting up with. Is that any correlation? That means with any relationship with that, is that I can bring a kind of a mutual respect in that case. That's a very important thing. Start simple. எடுத்த உடனே, I mean, all of the sudden you cannot say no, all of the sudden you cannot do things, but you can start simply and set up a small set of goals. We do in behavioral modification, setting up no goal setting and how to proceed with. We do it in a systematic desensitization way. We break all the tasks, bigger task into smaller tasks. Consider small task into consideration as a first step. You can do that simple step first, that this particular aspect I don't like it, I'm doing it without my liking all the time in my family. Then let me say that, okay, let me say that how people react, let me record it later. So you can say that, I don't like this. First state that simple step, then probably you can move on to the I don't like it, so I don't agree with this, so I'm not part of it, I don't wanted to get involved in that. You can say that, isn't it? So listen to your feelings. It's a very important aspect. Most of the time, we don't listen to our feelings. We tend to, overrate ourselves. Or sometimes we say that we are Mahatmas. We are actually, we are actually in the God and Goddess qualities we possess, and we always, accept people, and we are always flexible. Kind of, it is not possible. You too have feelings which really hurts you. At the end of the day, if you feel unpleasant because of your own deeds, it is only because you have not set your boundaries properly, which you need to really work on. Learn to say no. If there is an opportunity for you, and you really grow up and you really like it, it is very important for your professional growth. But somebody is actually playing a role on that, and you, if somebody is not saying that, you should be able to say no, I would like to do this, isn't it? So that you have to really know your preferences, what you really like. That is very important aspect. And then be very assertive. Assertiveness is something which you don't to be which you don't be rude or aggressive to someone. You are able to stand for your rights. At the same time, you are able to express your rights in a very polite way, very direct way, without any kind of an sarcastic comments. You are able to communicate to other person what you really feel and how you felt really hurt and what is the consequences of it. You have to really clearly state that, nothing else. I feel this. You never use you statement there, you are like this. It is better to use I feel like this. So that gives you an kind of an, kind of an, what is your perception about that particular point, your opinion about that, your values about that is very important. Being assertive and set consequences. What is the consequences it is going to lead? So I will tell you. So even with your adolescent child, you can say that if you do this is are the, for example, my son was going for cycling, my son was going for, doing so many things at the same time. And then I said that you just think of this time you're spending for this much time you're spending for the other thing, and you're going for a match, and you're going for this, and you're also having your responsibility of your education at this prime time of your 11th 12th. You, what is your time management to look into your primary goal? What is your primary goal? Please consider that. What will it lead? No, at the end you will push up and you may not be able to finish all the things which you have accumulated over the period of time. Then it shouldn't be hurting you that you couldn't stand for yourself the way you would really wanted to achieve. You couldn't achieve, you shouldn't be. So I set the consequences, what could be the consequence because of that. Let you decide. I'm giving you the picture of it. So with an adolescent kid, you can do that. It is very essential things to discuss with them. What is the boundaries, what is do's and don'ts they must know, but let them choose an informed decision. Let it be. That's a very important aspect. And then the practice self-awareness with mindfulness every day. Most of the time we say that I'm aware of, most of the time we are not aware of it. What is that I'm going through? What kind of a feelings I'm going through? What is limiting me? What is making me to say no? What is that bothering me? Let me say it out. Let me state it out without hurting other person. So practice self-awareness with a mindfulness and living every now and then. Don't accumulate so many things which has been done so far. Most of the time we take that 1942 you did that, no, 1952 you did that, no, 1962 your mother did like that, no. So most of the time what we are talking right now doesn't carry a value at all. So only stick to the point what you really wanted to deal right now and state it very clearly. That's a very important aspect. Seek support if all the 8 things are not working. It is fine to seek support. talk to your therapist, talk to a people like us. It's fine. We will come, we will train you behavioral training, that is called an assertiveness training. That is a very important aspect to really look into. In healthy relationship, if you set the boundaries, you allows individuality, you grow individually, unique nature, brings out a person with the best quality, accept endings. There is even a breakage, even there is a problem, even there is a relationship which you don't want to cherish, you say a nice goodbye with them because you are aware of yourself. That is unhealthy boundaries. And then also experience openness to change. This is a very optimistic nature in relationship, and also invites growth in the partner. Experience true intimacy. You will feel that sometimes you don't need not actually ask your partner. You knows what your partner will say to you. Such a kind of intimacy you share if you set the boundaries and talk to them regularly. I'll tell you the most intimate secret. It is not about sex. It is talking about talking to your friend, to your intimate partner about sex and how do you cherish, what is your boundaries in sex and all that. It is very essential for all of us, even to set boundaries in the intimate relationship. And then finding pleasure in sharing, because you feel that it is that I know I'm having abundant of this, I can share it. That is the quality you possess, and does not change the control of the partner, because you accept their limitations also. You don't try to change, you better accept what they are. So accepting limitations of the self and others are very important in this, and does not seek unconditional love, because it is not possible for all of us. You all keep up a class, isn't it, for an unconditional love. So let's be very frank and open about that, and that accepting that is very essential. And what is that is required for me is regarding that and respecting that, and what is our conditions, and based on this, and treasures the memories, express the feelings, and welcomes affection as well as the closeness, believes in equality. This is a one important frame I would like to say, restated, believe in equality. Either a male or a female, and any gender or a position or a relationship position or any kind of a life role, even a 12-year boy requires a respect, isn't it? For their age, and human requires a respect. இன்னைக்கு சுண்டக்கா பையன், can you say it about women? குட்டி பொண்ணு, you can talk like this. Don't say that. It is their right to talk about that, because they also have something to say. We need to really regard that in healthy relationship. Even we consider and regard the most most smallest person, and as well as sometimes they will come with a very creative idea. You will never know, because they don't have a world built perspective. They will come out with a very creative ideas. We need to regard that. It's very important. An unhealthy relationship, you can see that because of your unhealthy boundaries, you will have all this playing mind games, extremely afraid to let go. Somebody will be player, the exploiter. Somebody will be storytellers in your hook up stories and give, and somebody will be making you to drain your energy because of their time is being taken, and they want everything of you. They will talk loudly, but they say that without you I cannot do. But they will be very dependent. We call them like a creepers. No, they cannot, parasites. They cannot live alone. They wanted to be parasites. You are also spoiling them, not letting them to be individual and uniquely contributing to their potentials. That is also need to be looked into. So seeing all these are very, very important aspects, and trying to change people completely, not at all possible. It is not at all possible. You all know that. We need to really accept that. And healthy boundaries around holidays. For example, now if you have an holidays, if you had an holidays, and if you are going to have an holidays, so you can say that what is a priority. You can see space boundaries. I'm going to here upstairs. I want some time. Please don't disturb me. That is something, I'm giving you even a smallest tip for you how to set boundaries. Let's not discuss about this topic tonight's dinner, because I don't want any unpleasant dialogue while we are enjoying the family time. So we can also set these boundaries. We can talk that whenever we feel like arguing or having a displeasant fight or conflict between both of us, let's do it, in a private time, because I don't want this to happen in front of my children. You can talk about that to your spouse. You have right, because you are also part of it, isn't it? That's very important. We won't be able to stay the night, but we are looking forward to dinner. That means your time boundaries are being set, isn't it? I may not be able to come for this. No, we in the core group, we sometimes we are being bounded with so much of work load within work life balance and other aspects. We are not able to contribute. We fix up the time boundaries. We say that 1 week we are not available, we will come here and there. My role is not there. We set up boundaries which has been equally regarded and respected by the core team members. I'm not eating this. For example, I don't prefer to eat cakes. It's okay. Even for you, I prepared for with a lot of love and affection. It's fine. I understand. Please give me something else which I don't prefer to eat. That is okay. I appreciate. It is not, I am not forced for that. It is fine. No, it is your choice. You can say that. So all these, for example, I have told in many circumstances said that I really value, I'm a very pure vegetarian. I do it as a principle. So I appreciate people taking next to me also, but I don't take. I'm sorry. I'm really happy that you offered me, but I appreciate, don't force me to take this. This I'd say, this consumption boundaries. So it is your choice, isn't it? You cannot be. If somebody asks you to smoke, somebody asks you to have a cup of a beer, it's your choice to say no. You can say that in a very beautiful way also. So that is, these are the small tips I'm giving you how you can communicate. So having said that, setting boundaries is not a selfish, it's all about self love. So said that, teach people that how they need to treat you, because they don't know what you are. You need to tell them what you are. You need to fix them. This is my boundary, this is not my boundary, this is what I can do, this I cannot do. I'm not capable of doing everything. I'm not a person with a heavenly, with a rekkai and an angel kind of. I am also a human just next to you as you are. I have feelings. I have this. You can talk to them. Very importantly, you have to really be aware of yourself to talk to the other person. So having said all this, I really wish all of you to practice all these techniques in your relationship, with your personal, with your children, with your spouse, with your work life, and everywhere you could be possible. Then you can see the change in you, because it is going to help you develop yourself, your uniqueness, and also you are not damaged much. At least you are happy with what you are capable of. So thank you so much for your patient listening. Thank you so much for your wonderful participation in this webinar continuously. Thank you. Over to you, Veena.
Thank you so much, ma'am, and such a sensitive and no such a serious topic. What you could pull it off with such a sweet voice and thank you so much. Such a strong message said in a sweet manner. Thank you so much, ma'am, and definitely every one of the participants would have felt that they needed to set boundaries in their lives, and this would really give insights or inputs for them, like it's okay to set boundaries and don't take the guilt. Thank you so much, and the chat box is really flooding with a lot of positive feedbacks and participants. The floor is open for question and answers. Anyone who has any questions, ma'am is ready to answer them. And if you have any questions, you can either put in the chat box or you could unmute yourself and go ahead with the question. Okay.
Subha ma'am, this is Chandra here.
Yes, Chandra, dear.
Ma'am, thank you for considering the request, and it has been a much awaited session. I keep telling you, a lot of people were asking for it, and I'm indeed very happy and delightful to know much about setting boundaries. Even then, I have got a question, ma'am. We know what our boundary is, where to limit ourselves in our own space and also in other space. How can we do it so nicely, telling them that this is our boundary? ma'am, when we keep telling something, not everyone takes it in the same way to understand and accept it also. How can we enable acceptance when we are setting our boundary, ma'am? That's my question.
See, first you must be aware of what is your boundaries. Number one, if you know your boundaries, you won't actually allow the trespassers, isn't it? So you will definitely, you shouldn't be used as a doormat, Chandra. You should know that it is very important that my values has to be regarded, respected. So this is a very important aspect. We need to really interact with someone and talk about that. In family, of course, with the spouse and the family relationship, the boundaries need to be stated. The parents need to be having a very clear boundaries in relationship within spouse and with the children, and they should have a clear understanding about what the child really expect out of it. All that we have to really talk. So most of the parents struggle because of they get to overdo things. No, they feel that it is a form of affection. They overpour everything. I have mentioned two aspects. The extremes are not going to be helpful for them to make them independent. Ultimately, you are aiming them to grow up as a matured adult with a lot of independence, isn't that? In that case, they will never experience if you overpour everything. So you have to really, these things I can do, these things you need to do on your own. These things I can actually set for you. These things you have to try on your own. We can talk about that. One important aspect is how to talk is the very important aspect we need to really do. So communication, as I said, you may not know, for example, you don't yell. You can just state that the voice has to be very pleasant. You say that don't raise your voice. If somebody is raising your raising voice against you, you don't like that, no? So you say that please, you may not please yell or don't raise voice against me. You can talk that directly. I need to be treated with respect. You can say that. It is not okay when you take things off my desk without asking. You can state that. Please don't open my cupboard without my consent because I have kept things in order which I will may know it will confuse. Talk about the consequences. And it is not acceptable when when you ridicule or insult me in front of children or in front of them, and I'm feeling disrespected. Can you just don't do that? You can ask that in a polite way. Directly you can ask, not an aggressive way. I'm uncomfortable when you are sending me offensive messages. You can say that. When you are calling out an offensive language, I find it very uncomfortable and also disrespectful. You can talk about that. It is fine. I will no longer be able to join this because I don't have a money. You can talk about that, isn't it? So these things are very important, because if you keep on allowing yourself as a doormat, you who is letting others travel on ourselves and on back of us? We are only, isn't it? We need to be responsible for that. We need to really communicate what is needed, what is not needed, what is my boundaries need to be stated to others. You have to really have to make a choice.
Thank you, ma'am, for answering these.
This seems that boundaries are setting guidelines for ourselves, the way that others treat us and how we want to be treated.
Yes, exactly, Chandra. Exactly.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, Chandra. And ma'am, the next question will be from Amrit sir. Sir, can you please go ahead?
Good evening, ma'am. It was an excellent presentation.
Thank you.
And every day we come across, as a clinician or as a clinical psychologist, every day we come across many clients who do not know how to set boundaries, and they face a lot of problems. They undergo depression also.
Yes.
Ma'am, one common people have, that is they would be left alone if they set the rigid boundaries, and that fear don't allow them to set boundaries for themselves and their protection. What should be the guidance to these people?
That's a very important question, Amit. I would like to really state that it is a very valuable one when it comes to an interpersonal relationships, because it is most of the time people who have indulged in toxic relationship, they actually cherish such a kind of relationship. They even know that they have been abused actually. Okay, so one aspect is it is not about very rigid about your boundaries. You need to be very clear about what is the extent will damage you, what is the extent doesn't damage you. That has to be very clear. Define desired boundaries, which is very essential for you to take up your breathe, and I'm okay, I'm safe, and then allow the other person till then. Because in intimate relationship, most of the time, especially in Indian scenario, I could see that the if you do get married to an you don't get to a person married, you entire family is getting married, you marry to an entire family. In that case, defining boundaries with each one is very difficult actually. So you need to really know that what is your limitations to say that. Don't be very rigid on everyone in that case, because you will lose that no, this person is actually like this cranky banky, we know that we cannot gel with her, such a kind of a name will come. So instead of that, allowing other person till the extent what is actually required, what doesn't damage you, is very important. It doesn't matter if you are letting the other person to come into your space. If you allow, you choose to do that. If you don't want that person to come to your space,
Participants, ma'am will be joining soon. Some network issue with ma'am. Kindly bear with us.
Rina, are we still there?
Yes, Chandra.
Do you want that I call ma'am and let you know?
No, ma'am is having a low network. I think ma'am will be joining in 1 or 2 minutes.
Okay,
So
okay, okay.
I think
Okay.
ma'am earlier ma'am has said like no, if there is any issue, I'll join through my mobile as well. So I'm just waiting for ma'am to join. Yes, ma'am has
Okay.
probably
Okay.
power issue there.
thank you, Veena. There is a power cut in my place.
Yes, ma'am. My voice is breaking, ma'am. Yes, but voice is breaking.
So have I answered the question by Mr. Amit?
Yes, ma'am. Yeah. Yes. So we have, yes, we have, Yes, ma'am. The second question is, does boundaries change with respect to age or the stages in relationship? So what do you think about it,
Definitely.
ma'am?
It changes, when it depends upon the gender, it depends upon the person you are dealing with, it depends upon the relationship you are in, it depends upon the age. So accordingly, the boundaries changes, because you know that when the 10th standard boy, what he or she can have as a boundaries, when a person grows as an adult, what kind of an boundaries. Having said that, it is very important we clearly know as an adult that what.
Yes. Thank you, ma'am. And the next question would be like,
Yeah,
ma'am, your voice is breaking.
it's great. Yes.
Yes, now it's okay.
Hello.
Now it's breaking.
Right now, okay? It is breaking because of the network.
Can you hear me, ma'am? Yes, I do
Yes, Veena,
understand.
please.
The final question would be like, is it okay for a son to set boundaries with his parents?
Of course. Of course, it is possible and it is needed also, because he is also 40, you have boundaries, but for the age of 14 he may also have boundaries. He can say that this is my private space, please don't come. When I am changing my dress, please don't come. And I would like to discuss with my friends, I require a privacy, would you please. All this he can, because he is also growing adult and he must know. But one thing is, as a parent we may monitor, but if we are very curious like an investigator, it is going to be a very wrong setting. So we need to really have a very healthy, friendly boundaries so that they come forward to share things.
Thank you so much for
And
answering all the questions. Yes, ma'am, very much, very much. You have taken on setting boundaries, but there is no boundary for your motivation, inspiration, dedication, and commitment. With that, we come to the end of the session, and it's an honor for all of us to have you here on this occasion. And now I request Chandra to please do the vote of thanks for our own Shubha ma'am.
It is always a pleasure to talk about Subha ma'am. Her charm, her sweetness in voice, the tone, the accent, the content, together is Subha ma'am. She's just overflowing, and she's really nice in telling real-time experiences to understand a particular topic. And the same she did today as well. Most of my doubts personally has got cleared. I think the people who have attended today's session must really work on it and then develop slowly the strategies to set boundaries for ourselves and also for others. That was really well explained by Shubha ma'am. Thank you for all the efforts you have made in, and you have contributed so well to the topic, ma'am. So we wait to listen to you more and more in the coming sessions as well. Thank you for being present today. And on behalf of the core team and also the organizers, we thank today's participants for making this evening more wonderful by interacting with the session. Thank you so much. And thank you one and all. See you all tomorrow in yet another session the same time. Thank you. Good night. Bye-bye.
thank you so much, Dr. Veena, for the wonderful words, and also Dr. Also Chandra for the beautiful word of thanks. And I really value a lot the entire core team members' contribution to this webinar series. I also place a record of real thanks to the Department of Psychology, American College, and the other collaborators for making this webinar as a series and happening every day. Thank you so much for the wonderful efforts by Suresh and everybody. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Shubha ma'am. Thank you, one and all. And kindly send your queries and feedback to my webinar feedback@gmail.com. We will meet tomorrow with yet another wonderful session. Thank you. Good night. Bye-bye. Thank you all.
Bye-bye. Bye. Thank you.
Bye, ma'am.
Sorry for the inconvenience.
No, ma'am, please do take care.